the chair.
Honorable members, I have a communication to make. This regards a visit by pupils and students from various schools. One is Kwakalui Junior Secondary School, learners and teachers. And the president of the public galleries in respect of that school are: 1. List of the learners: Isaac Mboya Wambua, student president, and Faith Mudheu Chalo, deputy president. Ali Matata Zipora, the cabinet secretary for education, accompanied by other students. The list of the teachers present are as follows: Teacher Joseph Mutinda, Teacher Abednego Kaloki Malonza, and Teacher Elizabeth Mutindi Munyauli. Further to that, there's another school visiting. That is Benfan Musingi Academy. The names of teachers accompanying the students are Teacher Belita Kelly, school chaplain; Teacher Gladys Mutisia, school chef. Yes, the school chef is a teacher in the nutrition department. And Teacher Anita Kamoni, the school PTA chairperson. The Students' Council representation comprises of the following: Patrice Muwa Mutuku, school president; Vanessa Mumbua Obadia, deputy president; Manuel William, environment; Edith Mumo Ndolo, governor grade 1; Rose Mumbi Kioko, governor grade 2; Theodore Chalo, governor grade 3; Masi Mweni Ndunda, governor grade 4; Martin Mumo, governor grade 5; Faith Mwende Dorothy, governor grade 6; Mary Duku Ambua, first aider; and Edwin Simiyu Wafula, kitchen welfare. Order, honorable members. Order, members. Honorable members, for the benefit of the students before us, you are here in the county assembly for purposes of education tour. The County Governments Act provides for the county executive and the county assembly arm of the county government. The county executive arm has a role of implementation of government policies and program, whereas the county assembly is responsible for approval of laws, policies, and oversighting or making supervision over the county executive. The county assembly comprises of elected and the nominated members of the county assembly and the speaker of the county assembly, who presides over the county assembly and as the head of the assembly. The elected members of the county assembly are directly elected by the people through universal suffrage. And in this case, in Makueni County, we have 30 wards and therefore 30 elected members of the county assembly, whose responsibilities are: 1, to represent people in the county assembly; 2, to make laws; 3, to preside over the oversight of our county executive. Further to that, we have special elect or nominated members of the county assembly in respect to the strength of membership of the political parties represented in the county assembly. County Assembly of Makueni has 18 nominated members of the county assembly with a ratio subject to the numbers of the elected by a respective political party. Role of the nominated members of the county assembly is to represent the gender, marginalized, and the special interest who are not represented by the elected people. Honorable members and the student, teachers, and parents, and the public speakers gallery, so to speak, I welcome you to the county assembly for purposes of learning. Further to that, to the students of public gallery, today the county assembly will be considering the report of the budget committee on the county government of Makueni budget, and therefore we will be discussing to consider to approve the Makueni county budget for this financial year, and therefore you are privileged to attend this session. Further to that, the business of the county assembly is contained in a document called an order paper. An order paper is an agenda paper, and therefore the speaker will be calling a call upon the clerk to read the next order. In this case, an order is the next agenda item. And when that agenda item is exhausted, a question is proposed.
Very proud that you have taken that initiative to encourage our young people to participate in the proceedings of this country, because that we continue in this way. Feel appreciated, feel at home. The youth who are represented here from that academy feel welcomed, and we hope you learn more. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir.
To which school does Kwakalui Junior School come from? Zawi Kilili Kalamba Ward. Honorable Felix Proceed, Honorable Mbalo.
Sorry, Mr. Speaker, thank you. I wish to convey information from our area member of County Assembly, Honorable Mwangangi. He's bereaved and this morning he has lost 2 members of his families, and that's why he's not here. And I felt I have a responsibility to inform you that, so that you may know he's not failing to be here deliberately. Thank you very much.
Oh, very well. Honorable Felix Benford Mateso, member for Ward and Zoo. Kwakalui are your neighbors, and I know you know where the school is. It's neighboring Ward and Zoo Ward.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Speaker. I want to take this opportunity to welcome my good neighbors of Kwakalui School. And as I stand here, because we are good neighbors with the Honorable Member Ponzakika, I actually fit in his shoes, so I will represent you here. You may be my guest and most welcome. And this is a very good opportunity to learn on the proceedings of the assembly. I know you come out better than you came. Thank you so much.
Next order.
Order number 3, messages.
There be no messages. Proceed to the next order.
Order number 4, petitions.
Honorable members, for the convenience of the House, I would direct that we defer all the orders. That is order number 5, petitions, order number 6, papers, order number 7, statement, to proceed to order number 8.
Order number 8, motion. The report of the Budget and Appropriations Committee on the County Government of Makueni financial year 2025-2026 budget estimates.
Chairperson, Budget and Appropriations Committee.
Thank you.
Honorable Chair, you will speak from the dispatch table.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I beg to move the following motion, that this Assembly adopts the report of the Budget and Appropriation Committee on the County Government of Makueni financial year 2025-2026 budget estimates laid on the table of the Assembly on 23rd June 2025. And I call upon...
What are you just doing? It's not a statement. Chairperson, Budget and Appropriation, take us seriously. A budget for a county government is not a statement to be read. So can you now move the motion? Where is the motion and the report?
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I've moved the motion
Let me go to the report of the Budget and Appropriation Committee to take the members through, of which Honorable Speaker yesterday, all the honorable members were given the document to go through, peruse through it, and at least to have more information on what happened. Attached on the report, honorable members, we have the amendments for the Budget and Appropriation Committee. We have the program-based budget for the County Assembly and also the other budget for the County Assembly. Honorable Speaker, allow me to go to the introduction. Introduction that is page 4. Honorable Speaker, we did some observations. I will just go direct to the observations as Budget and Appropriation Committee. The observations which we came across, Honorable Speaker, number one was that the County Assembly Accounting Officer presented a pending bill that amounted to 172,982,597. Regulation 51F provides that public officers issued with AIEs shall be informed in writing that the actual expenditure shall not exceed the limit authorized in the IEE. 2, that the conditional grant in the submitted financial year 2025-2026 budget estimates were in the block figures. Number 3, these are the observations, Honorable Speaker. Number 3, the award allocation in the submitted financial year 2025-2026 was revised upwards by from 33 million to 39 million. 4, that ward allocation includes 3 million per ward to support the household subscribe to social health insurance fund through Mutula Care program. Then number 5, the count total wage bill in the submitted financial year 2025-2026 was Kenya shillings 5 billion. 197,988,648, which is 46% of the total budget. This is above the 35 ceiling provided in the regulations 25(1)(b) of the Public Finance Management that is County Government Regulation number 2015. Sorry, Honorable Speaker. When we went through the budget, we came up with the recommendations as per the observation we have made. The Budget and Appropriation Committee scrutinized the financial year 2025-2026 budget estimates and came up with the following recommendations. 1, the County Assembly Accounting Officer should adhere to the vote control procedures as provided in the Regulation 51 of the Public Finance Management Regulations, County Government 2015. The County Assembly should establish a pending bill verification committee. 2, all the departments with conditional grants allocation should conduct public participation and submit work plan to the County Assembly relevant committee for approval before incurring any expenditure. Upon approval of the county government additional allocation bill 2025 beside the county treasury shall submit the regulation grant administration by 30th September 2025 pursuant to section 139 of the Public Finance Management Act. Honorable Speaker, this is a very important recommendation whereby if we have the block figures for the conditional grants, we want that public participation to be done on those conditional grants, and the respective department and the committee take responsibility to that and make sure that they list the programs which are going to be done under that block figure, so that at least the members of public will be aware of what is happening in the entire county and which programs and projects are going to be done in respective wards. 3, all subsequent budgets submitted to the County Assembly should include at least 39 million allocation per ward. Honorable Speaker, we felt that due to the needs in the county civic wards, that is, we need that 39 millions to make sure that we have more projects at the ward level, and at least to make sure that the economy grows fast, because once we put more programs and projects in the ward, we build our assets, which in turn they bring income for the county. Number 4, the Department of Health Services should submit to the County Assembly a concept paper and implementation plan for the Mutula Care Program by 18th July 2025. Mr. Speaker, as you are aware that we have a new card now, Mutula Care card, a program which is going to run throughout the county, and that is why we have allocated 3 million per ward, at least, to have the vulnerable groups, especially those who in the wards, to make sure that they enroll to Mutula Care and be beneficiaries of Mutula Care program. So we want that implementation plan to be submitted by 18th July 2025. Number 5, the County Executive Committee member for the Finance, Planning, Budget and Revenue shall submit a responsibility statement indicating reasons for deviation and provide compliance plan to Regulation 25, 1B of Public Finance Management, County Government Regulation 2015 by 31st 2025. Honorable Speaker, those are our recommendations, and I just want, for the benefit of the students and also the general public, I just want to read about the introduction part of it so that they can know the total budget for Makueni and the revenue we are going to get from respective sectors in the country or entities in the country. Honorable Speaker, pursuant to Section 129(2) and Section 129(3) of the Public Finance Management Act 2012, the County Executive Committee member for the Finance and the Socio-Economic Planning submitted the financial year 2025-26 budget estimates to the Assembly on 30th July 2025. In accordance with the Standing Order 237 of the County Assembly of Makueni Standing Orders, the County Assembly Financial Year 2025-2026 budget estimates and the County Executive Financial Year 2025 County Executive Financial Year 2025-2026 budget estimates were tabled on 20th May 2025. The total financial year 2025-2026 budget estimates amount to Kenya shillings 11,324,460,965. Therefore, Honorable Speaker, that is our budget for this financial year 2025-2026. That is 11,324,460,965. The count has allocated 7,693,592,926, which is 68% of the total budget towards recurrent expenditure, while 3,668,868,040, that which is that 2% of the total budget has been allocated towards development activities. Consequently, in the accordance with Standing Order 237-34, the budget estimates were committed to all sectoral committees to deliberate upon according to their respective mandates and make recommendation to the Budget and Appropriation Committee. Honorable Speaker, this is a very important thing to note. As I've said earlier, that we have attachment of all the amendments we made from the sectoral committees, from the ward level, at even as a house here, all the attachments are attached there, Honorable Speaker. And up to this moment, all the recommendations which were given to Budget and Appropriation Committee or amendments from the sector, sectoral groups. Also, when we met with the executive, they have been effected, and all the members have been communicated the same at ward level, and also at when we had a consultative meeting during our retreat in Mombasa. Honorable Speaker, so all recommendations, all the amendments are here attached, and they are also included in our budget. Honorable Speaker, the County Assembly, together with the County Executive, held a consultative meeting to consider, discuss, and review the financial year 2024-2025 budget estimates, pursuant to Section 131(2) of the Public Finance Management Act 2015. The Budget and Appropriation Committee sought the views of the County Executive Committee member for Finance, Planning, Budget, and Revenue on the financial year 2025-2026 budget estimates through a letter referenced MCA/BGT/CORR/2025, volume 14, dated 19th June 2025. Honorable Speaker, so all the procedures were followed. An amendment has been done and communicated to County Executive Committee member of Finance and Socio-Economic Planning. Mr. Speaker, about the legal compliance, all the laws were followed before the budget was tabled. What I will just take members through is about the budget for 2025-2026 compared to county fiscal strategy paper. As you are aware that our budget is now 11 billion, 324,460,965. We want to compare the county fiscal strategy paper, which was approved by this Honorable House, and the variance compared to our budget of 2025. On the equitable share, there is no variance. What was indicated in county fiscal strategy paper of 8,866,423,364 is the same which is appearing on the submitted estimates. Conditional allocation, other loans, which is 958 million, that is 958 million, that is 7,601 is the same appearing on our estimates. Our own source revenue, other sources, which is 1,500,000. 1,500,000,000 is also appearing as the same on our estimates. So our total revenue is 11 billion, as I've said earlier, 324,460,965. On the expenditures, operations and maintenance, there is a variance there of 77,320,552. Because on the county fiscal strategy paper, it was 2,434,774,99 shillings, and it deviated to 2,512,94,681. Therefore, there is a variance there from the county fiscal strategy paper, that making our recurrent to be 7 billion, according to the estimates, 706,692,925, compared to what was there in county fiscal strategy paper of 7,629,372 and 343. On development, there is a deviation of the same figure, which is appearing on operations and maintenance of 77,320,582, which deviated from the county fiscal strategy paper. On total, Honorable Speaker, because of plus and minus of 77 million, you'll find that the deviation is zero at the end of the day, but it is affecting the two operations and the maintenance and development budget, both of them. Honorable Speaker, when you go to other deviations on personnel emoluments, I can just read what is above the 10%, and you'll see the shared percentage. Or that is what is above 10%. We have percentage share of development, which is about it's okay. It's 0.68%. So there is not much difference there, Honorable Speaker. We have budget estimates for this financial year 2025-26 compared to 2025 account fiscal strategy paper. On governorship, the percentage is 0.39%. On county secretary, there is a big difference there, which is 197.27%, a variation from the county fiscal strategy paper, which has gone up by 120,743,872. The county attorney, there is a variance of 31.5%. Devolution, there is not much deviation, it's about 1%. We have finance, socio-economic and planning, there is 16.36%. On agriculture, livestock, fisheries and cooperatives, there is a deviation of 12.05%. Makueni County Fruit Development and Marketing Authority, 0.28%. ICT, Education and Internship, 11.38%. Gender, it was 8.7%. Other sectors like health, the deviation is 6.38%. Trade, marketing, industry, culture and tourism is 24.71%. We have infrastructure, transport, public works, housing and energy is 4.91%. Lands, urban planning, development, environment change and climate change. There is a deviation of 24.23% from the county fiscal strategy paper. Water municipality, there is 35.42% from the county fiscal strategy paper. Emali, there is 27.4% from county fiscal strategy paper. Water, sanitation and irrigation, 24.73% from county fiscal strategy paper. Sand conservation and utilization authority, we have 1.88%. County public service board, 2.34%. Then we have county assembly, where we have a deviation of 5.65%. So according to the law, we should not deviate more than 10%, but we have seen some sectors have deviated from 10%, but they have given justification on the same. Honorable Speaker, there is also variation changes when it comes to revenues. Equitable share, when we compare with the last financial year and this financial year, I think it's good also members to know whether we are better placed when it comes to revenues, or if we compare our last budget and this budget, the current budget now, which you are going to approve. There is a deviation or variance of 369,115,092 shillings. The last financial year on equitable share, we got 8,497,308,272. This financial year 2025-2026 revenue, equitable share is projected to 866,423,364, conditional allocation and other loans and grants. Last year it was 607,277,601. This year, conditional allocation and other loans is 958,037,601. Therefore, there is an increment of 350,760. On source revenue, there is an increase from last budget of 28,566,677. Last financial year, 2024-2025, we had a projected revenue of 1,471,433,323, and this year our projected on-source revenue is 1,500,000. There was a reallocation from the other financial year to this financial year, that is 2025-2026, the budget estimates. This reallocation was 1,004,193,182, and the same that those are the projects and programs which are carried forward. So they are brought. There is a variance of 0 because there is nothing to carry forward. We just for this particular financial year 2025-2026, because the carryovers were from the other year 2023-2024, which has been already budgeted in this financial year, and the attachment is there for the members to review to make sure that everything is okay, of which they have done as from yesterday. Honorable Speaker, these documents is voluminous, and I'm just picking what is more important for the members to note. So, Honorable Speaker, I think that is enough. I have highlighted where necessary when it comes to revenue on expenditures and the variation of county fiscal strategy paper. And now the public know the budget of Makueni this financial year 2025-26 is 11 billion compared to the other financial years, and all the revenues and the expenditures as balanced. And we have gone through the document vigorously. Even yesterday, members went through the document to make sure that whatever we are going to pass here is a document which is going to benefit the people of Makueni and make our county prosper. Therefore, Honorable Speaker, you allow me to call upon Honorable Mbalu to second the motion.
Honorable members, I propose the question for debate that this assembly adopts the report of the Budget and Appropriation Committee on the County Government of Makueni financial year 2025-2026 budget estimates is read by the Chairperson, Budget and Appropriation Committee. The report was laid on the table of the Assembly on 23rd of June, year 2025. The floor is open for debate. Honorable Elizabeth Muthika.
Honorable Speaker, I want to support this motion on conditions. Why on conditions, Honorable Speaker, is because I do not have a problem with the executive budget. but I have a serious problem with the assembly budget. And Honorable Speaker, yesterday when we left here, I thought this house was to get into a Kamkuji to eye on the issues. But everybody ran, they didn't want to sit, and the issues that I had could not be harmonized. And my issues were specifically on the assembly budget. And Honorable Speaker, sometimes I feel so bad that we sit, agree so tirelessly over the executive budget without issues. But when it comes to the assembly budget, it's a hide and seek. Honorable Speaker, why I want to say it's on condition is that from where I sit, I want to believe, and I want to say this categorically because I speak my mind, and whatever is taken out of it, it's my opinion. I have already told the chair budget that I will not accept the development budget of the county assembly. And that is my reservation, Honorable Speaker, and I have a reservation on this because I have seen the tabulation, and an amount 47 million is being budgeted under the office block phase 3. Honorable Speaker, the office block phase 3, even from where I sit, I have questions myself on that building. And from where I sit, I also have information that it is under investigation by another entity, Honorable Speaker. So, why would we finance a project that is still under investigation by another entity? Why don't we wait for that entity to conclude its investigations? And if they give a line clear, we will budget for that project. Honorable Speaker, from where I sit, I will propose that this budget goes back to the county executive and let it be budgeted under wards, or the governor can decide to have an headquarter project on that budget. Honorable Speaker, I don't want us to do a misappropriation as a county assembly. Because from where I sit, I don't think that is money going to be accurately appropriated unless I'm given justifiable reasons on why we would budget a budget worth 47 million on a project that, from where I sit, Honorable Speaker, is under investigation by another entity. And even myself, I have even told you, I want to raise a statement on that project, Honorable Speaker, because I think the amounts that have been subjected to construction in that building are not, we do not have value of money in that office block, Honorable Speaker. So, from where I sit, yes, I may be forced to support this budget because of the county executive budget, but not the county assembly budget. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Member for Tulmani Ward.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. Mr. Speaker, I rise to support this budget without condition, 100%. And Mr. Speaker, I want to start by thanking the Committee on Budget, Mr. Speaker. They have really tried with the much difficulties. Mr. Speaker, all over in the world, there is no budget that has been approved without push and pull, round circles. Mr. Speaker, the good people of Makueni County are looking upon us as their representatives, Mr. Speaker, to give them the budget, the 11.3 billion shillings that has been allocated for Makueni, Mr. Speaker, started by having public participations from the village level, cluster level, ward level, sub-county. Mr. Speaker, I want to appreciate the executive side of the government because indeed consultations have been there quite much, vigorously, Mr. Speaker, and indeed we have seen tremendous improvement from the previous budgets, Mr. Speaker. For instance, Mr. Speaker, when I look at the Department of Health, we have seen quite much when His Excellency the Governor and the department coming up with this Mutula care. Health is everything. Without health, our people, we will not perform, Mr. Speaker. And therefore, I really want to commend that good gesture that is going through all the 30 wards, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, as a priority to the county, water is a key priority, Mr. Speaker, and we have seen in the budget. I listened carefully to the Honorable Member for Waiakako, the chairman, tried to look at some areas that are key, and he highlighted water, infrastructure, of course, land, Mr. Speaker, which I really want to congratulate the team, because I know it's part of His Excellency's legacy to ensure that our people who are majorities quarters in their own land, Mr. Speaker, get title deeds. It is something that we have not seen before happening, and I'm very sure in each ward there is some money allocated for the title deed issuance, Mr. Speaker. To me, that is truly a big improvement, Mr. Speaker. I think, Mr. Speaker, when we talk about youth, all of us are witnesses on what is happening on the youth. Call it sports, call it circles, Mr. Speaker, and I want to appreciate that it is happening even in our wards. The youth are competing, the youth are being taken care of in terms of sports, Mr. Speaker, and to me that is a good gesture, Mr. Speaker. But Mr. Speaker, I really do not want to waste so much time on this, because digitalization also by this government is key. Mr. Speaker, even as we are speaking here, we are everywhere. I have noticed a friend of mine from UK saying that he is watching us. I was like, oh, digitalization is making us move. And actually in every department, digital, ECDs, Mr. Speaker, modern ECDs in this county, Mr. Speaker, are being worked. Mr. Speaker, if indeed, of course, I listened to my dear colleague, Honorable Member Elizabeth, if indeed there are things that are not working accordingly and within the law, Mr. Speaker, the law will take its course. If there is somebody misappropriating perhaps the county assembly budget, the law will take its course. It won't take long, Mr. Speaker. So therefore, I want to urge honorable members that we support this budget, and of course, later, one can raise a statement, and the necessary action will be taken, because nobody is above the law, Mr. Speaker, and let the good ones not be overtaken by, one negativity, Mr. Speaker. So therefore, it is my very humble request to dear colleagues that we support this budget, because it is really going to help our people. On source revenue, Mr. Speaker, quite big improvement, despite the challenges on the country's economy, Mr. Speaker. Makueni has tried, Mr. Speaker, from 500 million, 800 million, now our projection is 1.5 billion, Mr. Speaker. And how I wish and I pray that God gives us health, gives us even good rains, Mr. Speaker, for us to do water. But I want to see some more irrigation, Mr. Speaker, for our land and for, of course, chambers, Mr. Speaker. And therefore, let me not speak so much, because the point is home, it's good budget, in my view, and I urge members to support. I thank you.
Honorable Muti, member for Nzabani Vingon Ward.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, from the onset, I would wish to declare my interest, at least for the sake of the members at the gallery, that I am a member of this committee, Budget and Appropriations Committee. And Mr. Speaker, from the onset, I would wish to support this budget. And I would wish, Mr. Speaker, to applaud the chairperson, Honorable Dennis, for Mr. Speaker, he has taken us through the budget, step by step, figures after figures, Mr. Speaker. And I believe that everyone was following through our WhatsApp group and the report, Mr. Speaker, can attest that the chairperson and the Committee on Budget has done a very commendable job. Mr. Speaker, allow me just to point out a few items that relates to the county fiscal strategy paper, Mr. Speaker, that the budget, Mr. Speaker, aligned to the overall estimates as we are passed by this House during the fiscal strategy paper, Mr. Speaker. Secondly, Mr. Speaker, again also the fiscal strategy paper went ahead as far as the on-source revenue is concerned. It aligned with what we approved in this House. And lastly, Mr. Speaker, largely we borrowed from the policies and priorities that were given in that fiscal strategy paper to ensure that there were no deviations as far as the ceilings are concerned overall. However, Mr. Speaker, as the chair has pointed out, departmental ceilings, there were a few deviations here and there, which were well explained and members understood. Mr. Speaker, I would wish to applaud again the executive. Members in this House, Mr. Speaker, will bear me witness that we didn't have much problem when the executive budget was being discussed. And it's because of a lot of consultations, Mr. Speaker, between the executive official finance team and the budget committee members, which at the end again came to the members and took through, the members through, and members aligned, Mr. Speaker, to the proposals that came through. Of importance, Mr. Speaker, is the Mutula Care. That is in the Department of Health. That is one score that the people of Makueni will enjoy and will, Mr. Speaker, improve the well-beings of our people. Secondly, Mr. Speaker, is the legal and the land clinics that will be conducted. Mr. Speaker, we have been putting a lot of efforts on water infrastructure and other areas of development. And Mr. Speaker, we have been overlooking the aspect that land titles are very important. And Mr. Speaker, they increase the value of our socio-economic well-being of our people. And this budget has given it a lot of weight. Mr. Speaker, inclusive of water and infrastructure. We have taken care of youths. However, Mr. Speaker, I have a proposal going forward, and it's a proposal that I will carry on with our fellow youth colleagues in this House, that we could create a liaison office at the executive and let it be funded, so that, Mr. Speaker, once in a year or twice in a year, they can have clinics with the potential employers of this country, Kina KCB, Safaricom, and elsewhere, Mr. Speaker, come here in Wote and we mobile our youths to the same place. And Mr. Speaker, try to link our employers to our youths who are educated. Mr. Speaker, when you go across the county, you realize that we have several of our youths who are well learned, Mr. Speaker. We have doctors, we have engineers, we have accountants with very good papers, Mr. Speaker, but they do not have opportunities to get employment. And therefore, Mr. Speaker, as a county, we can pull the employers here, bring the youths here, and Mr. Speaker, have a conversation towards that, and that will go a long way. Even if, Mr. Speaker, we can start with 15% to 30 or 50%, we will be making progress. Mr. Speaker, on the county assembly budget, I wish members that we take note that we are from a very hard year. We had a cut of 89 million, and we operated with 780 million, right from a figure of 870 million. Mr. Speaker, it's only the grace of God that has seen us go through. Mr. Speaker, on this budget, there is an increment on wage bill. We had 430 million. It has gone up by 28 million to 459.8 million. That means, Mr. Speaker, the amounts that we had for operations and maintenance, O&M, has gone down. Because the ceiling that time was 870. Right now it is at 839. And therefore, Mr. Speaker, austerical measures, they ought to be done in this assembly so that we can have an assembly that can run throughout the year. Mr. Speaker, when I look at the 58 million that has been mentioned, and I want to applaud Mheshimiwa Muthike, I think the budget committee has taken note. How I wish and I encourage her to bring that statement so that the whole House can look into it and make a determination, because I want to believe it is geared towards the right, progress of this county. Mr. Speaker, the only item that I would wish to point, and I would wish everyone to look into it, and that is my last remark as far as this motion is concerned, is our pending bills. Mr. Speaker, it is worthy to note that the executive has not brought any pending bill to the current financial year. It brought 0 pending bill. However, Mr. Speaker, this assembly, Mr. Speaker, we brought forth 172 million pending bill. That is an audit query. I hope we will be in a position to respond, but I urge this House going forward, we look into our expenditures, we try to cut our coat into our sizes, and Mr. Speaker, we live within those means. And those historical measures I'm talking about, Mr. Speaker, I wish to ask the Budget and Appropriation Committee going forward, together with the Liaison Committee, Mr. Speaker, we together look at the expenditures of this House. So that, Mr. Speaker, when you look at, for example, if we have, Mr. Speaker, it's a simple arithmetic. If we have a ceiling of 839 now, 0.5, minus 460 million, that is for emoluments and compensation, Mr. Speaker, this House will be left with 379 million for operations and maintenance. Minus the 172 million, Mr. Speaker, this House will have less than 200 million to run for a whole financial year. It cannot happen, Mr. Speaker. And therefore, Mr. Speaker, I think we need to look into it and candidly, Mr. Speaker, look at each other's eye and make adjustments, Mr. Speaker, that will make the betterment of these members. Thank you, members, and I support the motion. Thank you.
Honorable Mansu, member for K Ward.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And I stand in support of the motion. I like first to thank the Committee on Budget for the good work that they have done. Two, I will not repeat on the many good things that are in the budget. That is the reason why I stood in support. But Mr. Speaker, again, I have some reservations on the County Assembly budget, the development. We are going to pass the budget, and it should be noted that it will not be business as usual. My word, once we say we pass this budget, I'll agree that the governor should implement projects that are worth 39 million. And the accounting officer on the other side who will be liable to account for the development budget. And we will require, and that should go on record, before these works start, we should know what should be achieved after the works are executed. So I urge members and request members to support the budget, but on condition that we will take our role and mandate of oversighting the expenditure of this budget very seriously. And I will take lead, and I am sure we will see the achievements of this budget. So I stand in support, and I urge members also to support. Thank you.
Honorable Moki.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I stand to support the motion. Mr. Speaker, I listened to the chair budget when he was moving the notes in support of the motion. And Mr. Speaker, when we look at the legal parameters, Mr. Speaker, the budget is legally presented. Mr. Speaker, he raised the issue of conditional grants that the chair budget aims that before any activity, any program is executed, the conditional grants money, we should have public participation so that the citizens of Makueni can know what is being done with these monies from our friends, development partners, Mr. Speaker. And that is a very good point, Mr. Speaker, so that we can oversight. However, Mr. Speaker, looking at the county assembly budget, Mr. Speaker, everybody knows that within the course of the current financial year, Mr. Speaker, county assemblies actually, Mr. Speaker, lost because we require money to do that business. Mr. Speaker, we are many. We have 47 speakers. We have over 1,400 members of the assembly, Mr. Speaker. We can make sense and we can cause the exchequer to reason, to give reason to devolution, Mr. Speaker. The other thing, Mr. Speaker, is on source revenue, Mr. Speaker. Chair Budget has said that we are projecting 1.5 billion, up from about 1,400,000,000, somewhere there, Mr. Speaker. And looking at the way we are raising our money, Mr. Speaker, we are crippling some authorities which have been established, which were established by this assembly, Mr. Speaker. For example, Sound Authority, Mr. Speaker. Sound Authority is supposed to be an independent entity of this county government of Makueni, but they are only autonomous in paper, but in actual sense, they are not. Mr. Speaker, the money is collected by the Sound Authority are supposed to be used within the sources of the money, Mr. Speaker. That money is not supposed to be counted by the exchequer of the county assembly as on source revenue. Mr. Speaker, when we come to the authority that operates Kalamba Fruit Processing Plant, Mr. Speaker, the same thing is happening there. They collect money, but the money is termed as a revenue for the county, Mr. Speaker. When this authority is supposed to be, we allocate monies for the authority so that they can grow and become autonomous, Mr. Speaker. But that is not happening. So, Mr. Speaker, when we say we are projecting on source revenue of 1.5 billion, Mr. Speaker, we should also consider the implications, Mr. Speaker. We should also consider the implication because we are crippling entities that we approved as an assembly, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, on the county assembly budget, Mr. Speaker, we had series of consultations, Mr. Speaker, even when we were doing supplementary 2 for the county government, Mr. Speaker. And I am surprised, as I stand here, Mr. Speaker, there are still some issues which are rising from the county assembly budget. Mr. Speaker, if we can approve the executive, because we don't have a problem with the executive budget, Mr. Speaker, which is about 10 billion, Mr. Speaker, and our money is only 800 million, Mr. Speaker, and there's a problem handling that budget. Mr. Speaker, I don't understand what is bringing all these causes. Honorable Mudhike raised issue that there is some 47 millions which are not supposed to be allocated for the completion of the office block. Mr. Speaker, that is an issue. And she has said there are some people who are also engaged in the same process, Mr. Speaker. It is under investigations. So, Mr. Speaker, before we approve the budget, because we have to approve the budget today, Mr. Speaker, it's also good we consult as an assembly. We order Kamukunji before we approve the budget, Mr. Speaker, so that we can see how we can amend this problem. Because, Mr. Speaker, I'm supporting the budget because it contains the executive budget and county assembly budget. But in the matter of the county assembly budget, Mr. Speaker, there is an issue which is supposed to be resolved before we approve the budget. I support the motion, but Mr. Speaker, before we approve, because we have to approve this budget probably in the afternoon, we need to have a Kamkunji so that we can, Mr. Speaker, the chair budget and the team can explain to us what is happening. Because when it comes to there are people who are investigating that development. And Mr. Speaker, we are still allowing monies to be used in the same project, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, we are not against anything. But Mr. Speaker, we need to be just. We have to be just, and our activities as honorable members are supposed to be just. So, Mr. Speaker, I stand to support the budget, and Mr. Speaker, the point I've raised, and concerning the issues raised by Honorable Mudhike, Mr. Speaker, I think it's prudent you allow honorable members to have a Kamukunji with the leadership of the House, the chair, budget, and team, so that at least before we approve the budget, we can consult and reach consensus. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Honorable Mwaki, this was converged to Kamukunji yesterday. It's important to note that yesterday, that is afternoon, further to that, we deferred all the business in the afternoon. After this paper was laid, and directed that members converge to raise issues around so that the Committee on Budget could sit and discuss. Now you're asking for another one. I just wanted to inform you, you might have been absent. So it is important for you to know there was a Kamukunji in the afternoon before to that sitting.
Candidly, that we are going to move from whatever we have had, around 1 billion to 1.5 billion. But he left out, what structures is he suggesting that we may consider? Are we going back to the same retraction, whereby we are going to oppress our business people by overcharging them through a finance bill, so that they can have more collection of on-source revenue? What are the new avenues which we are suggesting to the government? Where are we heading to? Because at the end of the day, we are not going to suppress the business person we have in Makueni. As we are talking, some of the licenses are too high. People are closing down. People are actually winding up their businesses. We need to see what are the new structures. And I would echo what my honorable member has spoken about. We need to come up with the clear structures on how can we convert what we have to bring more money economically, as opposed to focusing on the business person to pay more against our targets. I will applaud also the aspect of actually I saw a fault line which is to purchase the water parking lot or the land around water, which is a very good thing. And I was even surprised. We have been having an headquarter without land. This time round, we have actually a location for money for purchasing the water town, which is a very good thing. But when you look at it critically, it means that this budget is considering quite a number of things which are good. Now, when you go down to the county assembly budget, Mr. Speaker, our honorable member, Mudhike, raised an issue which is very important. And looking at that budget, you find two things are very critical. The wage bill seems to be pressing more on the issues of the county assembly operations. This is something we cannot leave just to go and attended to. We discussed it in the Kamukunji yesterday, and you assured us that the CASIB, who are the key custodians of the human resource, will handle this. I believe this is going to be handled through your leadership. As far as the issue of the 58 million is concerned, the House is a house of rules and procedures. The Speaker said we should not even worry about it because we have structures. One, we can erase a statement here. Two, she mentioned that there is an investigation arm which is investigating, which means already things are still rolling out and moving on. But when we come back, once the budget is passed, we will look at every structure, we will roll all the stones, because Kamukunji seem not to be working here. And since the Kamukunji is not working, we shall go now to other austere kind of measures which can be able to bring actually sanity and openness in terms of operability the development part of the county assembly. So to me, I think this is a good budget. We need to pass it so that our people, Makueni County, may benefit from this budget. With those few remarks, I stand to say, honorable members, let us support the motion so that at least our members of this county assembly and the people who send them here will be smiling because of the leaders they chose. Thank you.
Point of information.
Leader of Majority.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I'm receiving many calls and SMSs that our online services have been disconnected. I don't know what can be done because people in diaspora, Makuenians outside the county and outside this assembly, we are following the proceedings, but the service has been disconnected. I don't know why. Or probably something to do with the internet. Probably we can have somebody check on that.
Sajada Adams. You check on that. I think the communication officer is out. He's going to check. Can you go check? Next was...
Can I mention something I've remembered?
Was it?
Yes. Mr. Speaker, I've also realized another point which is very important. When I was analyzing this budget, I realized we have categorized all the wards into two categories. One category is municipality wards and non-municipality wards. And when you look at the HQ projects, you find most, Mr. Speaker, on how Europe underdeveloped Africa. And when I was applying the knowledge in that book, I saw a two scenario whereby if you are not careful, we are going to have the municipality wards moving so far in terms of development, and the ones who are not within the municipality demarcations being left out. Because almost all the HQ projects are heading to the municipality, which is a good gesture. But what about the wards who are not falling within the municipality area? It means they are being left out in sharing the county cake, which is very key to all the members. Finally, Mr. Speaker, I'm looking at a scenario whereby the HQ projects should be there to create and great impact. But also analyzing the budget, you realize most of the HQ projects are small projects. How I wish going forward, we may have anonymous kind of projects which can be able to create an impact for the government to have a legacy to leave behind when we shall not be there. Because going that way, it will help us to be able to associate ourselves with the achievements of the government. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
A Leader of Majority, I'm told the YouTube channel has not been disrupted. Maybe it is on. Maybe whoever has a challenge is connectivity on their end. But the channel has been on throughout. Next was Honorable Mbalu, member from Bitini, member from Avindini, member from Nzawi Kilikalamba.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I stand to support this motion. Mr. Speaker, this budgetary process is a combination of a long time we have been doing, going by public participations, collecting views from our people, and participating to bring up a budget that is acceptable to our normal mwananchi in the village. Mr. Speaker, as a chair of health, I must appreciate His Excellency the Governor for the major step he has taken in registering people into SHA. Mr. Speaker, SHA is a game changer, and we have vulnerable groups, many people who could not afford it, having availed 3 million per ward, the Mutula card, that will be able to register vulnerable groups, 600 families per ward. It's a great step, Mr. Speaker. I really appreciate, and I hope other governors countrywide would copy this, because we have one of the best. Mr. Speaker, this budget making, right now, as we stand, we are operating on a very thin line. We don't have time as a luxury on our side. Knowing, Mr. Speaker, tomorrow there will not be working. It's not a working day because of what is expected to be happening in major towns. Mr. Speaker, we must move with speed and move and capture every point that has been raised. Mr. Speaker, our Honorable Elizabeth has raised a point, and they are competing interests. They don't know whether to buy food or take somebody to the hospital. Mr. Speaker, I want to
direct it proper. That will be a good improvement for the committee. But so far, they have done good work. Mr. Speaker, I want to start by, as I have indicated, that I'm supporting without any condition, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I want to start by appreciating the committee and the clerk and your office for allocating some money for these gadgets, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I feel for you when members request to contribute, but Mr. Speaker, you rely on your eyes, Mr. Speaker. You can't control the gadgets, Mr. Speaker, simply because the license has not been renewed, Mr. Speaker. I feel for you for that, Mr. Speaker, but it has been catered for in the budget. That after the budget, we'll operate normally, Mr. Speaker. The other issues, Mr. Speaker, members all the time make recommendations on stalled projects in their wards, Mr. Speaker. And if we don't want stalled projects in their wards, what about in the Assembly, Mr. Speaker? Mr. Speaker, I hear what Muthika is saying, Mr. Speaker, and it is coming the right time, Mr. Speaker, when the President has promised that to sign the bill on the County Assembly's financial autonomy, Mr. Speaker. And that will allow us to control our finances here, and we will be doing oversight as members, Mr. Speaker. Let us move forward and let us see that we can do a good project during this financial year, Mr. Speaker. If it will remain a stalled project, Mr. Speaker, it will always raise queries during the audit, Mr. Speaker, and that will not give us the best marks in terms of performance, Mr. Speaker. If we don't want stalled projects, let us deal with it once and for all. Mr. Speaker, I've heard Honorable Mudoka indicating that the devolution budget is too huge. Mr. Speaker, I want to confirm to him that it is, and Mr. Speaker, there was a circular indicating that the clinic medicine practitioners should adhere with the guidelines, and that issue has been catered. That is why it increased the devolution budget to cater for the new guidelines that was passed in 2024, Mr. Speaker. And also, Mr. Speaker, I've seen in departmental budgets, they are not following Regulation 37(1) of the PM Act. Last financial year, there was an increase in current budget and a decrease in the development budget. But they have adhered during this budget. We want them to adhere to that regulations up to the end of the financial year, Mr. Speaker, so that we can follow the law as it is. And also, they should also follow the account fiscal strategy paper. It has been indicated, and fully comply up to the end of the financial year. They should not alter during the supplementaries. And as members, we need to look into those details when passing the supplementary budgets, so that we can match the recurrent and devolution and the development budget. Mr. Speaker, I've also seen the on-source revenue. For the first time, they have increased a realistic and achievable figure, Mr. Speaker, a 28 point something figure, from 1.4 billion to 1.5, Mr. Speaker. Last year, they increased from, I think, the year before, from 1 million to 1.2. The other from 1.2 to 1.4, which was not achieved, Mr. Speaker. But now, I can feel and I think will be achieved. And that is one of the recommendations we gave as SPAC, that they should increase a realistic figure and achievable figure. I want to recommend them for that. Mr. Speaker, as I finish my contribution, immediately we pass these budgets, there are departments that are very slow in procurement, Mr. Speaker. There are departments that will start procuring the projects next year, April. We want to challenge them, Mr. Speaker. Immediately we pass the budget, they start procurement so that we can implement the projects in time, on time, Mr. Speaker. And that is my contribution, and I support the motion. Thank you.
Member from Avendini Ward.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I will say three things. One, as member for Avendini Ward, and two things as Chair, Public Accounts Committee. Honorable Speaker, on flagship projects, we have, or we spent like 1 billion and something little on ward projects, and around 3-point-something billion.
Honorable Kimongo, you are making a statement. You are requesting for a statement? Or you are making a statement?
Honorable Speaker, I stand to support this.
When the speaker intervenes, cool down first. Don't be so quick to ask, why am I making a statement? Yes, there is always trying to observe an omission that you might have made without knowing. Proceed.
Thank you, Speaker. I had said that in our budget, our environment budget is like 3-point-something billion. Around 1 billion and something goes to ward projects, whereby we get an equal share of 39 million in this year. And the other budget in what we call HQ projects or flagship projects is shared. But the manner in which this flagship project or HQ project is done, at times it doesn't bequeath equity or equality. I sampled one particular flagship project budget line for the last 3 years. The money that we set aside for a matching grant for REREC. And I realized that for the last 3 years, there has been an appropriation of around 180 million into the matching grant for REREC. And I did break down, and I realized that out of the 30 wards, we have 10 wards that have never benefited by even a coin. And we have 20 wards which have been getting projects repeatedly, with one ward having benefited to the tune of 27 million over the 3 years, getting a project every single year. And another ward got 21 million. And you cannot tell me there is a ward that does not need electricity. So when it comes to this block budgets, whereby we just say 60 million for REREC, we say 80 million for matching grant for FLOCA, the implementers need to get to the core of equality or equity where necessary, such that there are no wards that are left disadvantaged. Honorable Speaker, as we pass this budget, there is need to exercise budgetary control and performance. In the year 2023-2024, the auditor did come up with a paragraph on an audit query on the same. And we did an underfunding of 18%. During this year in review, our own source revenue had been pegged at 1.2, and we didn't achieve. That's when we got short by 18%. This year that we are about to terminate, we had budgeted our own source revenue at 1.4. Now we are at 1.5. This was so with Sand Authority that Honorable Mwoki was talking about, having been remitting to CRF their incomes. This afternoon, we have a motion by the committee that recommends that Sand Authority must be given full financial autonomy. If this is done, then it means that the monies that the Sand Authority were pumping into the consolidated budget will be less. So if we didn't achieve 1.2 when Sand Authority was remitting, what miracle will make us achieve 1.5? So we have to be realistic in our projections. Number two, the auditor also raised an issue with misclassification of expenditure, whereby we had expenses or transactions being done in the wrong expenditure line. And this was also so in the county assembly, whereby an issue is not budgeted for and an expenditure is done for the same. We need to check on this. We also have an issue with implementation of projects, delayed implementation of projects. When the CS, when the county, when the Waziri Treasury came before the committee, we asked her, why is it that when we pass the budgets today, before the end of June, and they are uploaded probably in some few weeks' time, why can't we see contractors beginning to work as early as August, September, October, November? Why is it that we only begin to see contractors running as late as September, December, or even January, February? Once this budget is passed, we expect that implementation should start immediately. And we do not expect an audit query on the same in this year because this is own mistake. Lastly, Honorable Speaker, the manner in which we came to achieve this budget, in my own opinion, there was an area that did not go well. And this is the area on public participation. You look at the tool that executive came with at the public participation forums, you'll find that that tool was discriminatory to some departments. And that is why the Department of Roads got a raw deal in this budget. Because the tool would first categorize soft projects. They would talk about land issues, succession, what, they would talk about this, and then the tool would say others. Go and check. You'll find that roads was categorized as others, whereas roads should make the number one consideration. So by the time people begin to talk about roads, either they were tired or they had exhausted the money. So that is how we are getting a raw deal in roads when it is the one that was supposed to have gotten the lion's share. So I am calling upon the department, when they take public participation to the people, they need to be careful in a way that those departments or those areas that need an input, or a more push, they are brought in the forefront as opposed to what happened this year. Otherwise, we will support this budget and we hope that to help our people as we move towards another cycle in 2027. Thank you, sir.
Member for Nzawi, Kilikalamba.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, let me take this opportunity belatedly to welcome the pupils and the teachers from Kwakalui Primary School. Kwakalui Primary School, Mr. Speaker, is a school within Sakeka Ward. And I'm sure the community around there knows that they are beneficiaries of this financial year projects. We were able to build one ECD classroom within that particular area. We supplied some tanks within the market, and we are also proceeding with other 5 tanks that we are going to give to some projects, water projects around that place. So, Speaker, as I stand here, I want to also confirm that they have come at the right time, because this is the time when we are debating the budget. And they are also beneficiaries in this financial year, Mr. Speaker, because we are going to build another 1 extra ECD classroom at Kwakalui Primary School. So, Speaker, having said that, I want to rise to support this motion without any reservations, Mr. Speaker, because I must say, for the record, I'm a member of the Budget and Appropriations Committee, and we were working under very, very, very tight conditions. And I must also thank the committee for the good work that they have done together with the members of this county assembly, because we are consulting. We did public participation among the members. And Mr. Speaker, as I give my submission, I must say that budgets all over the world are negotiated. We will never have enough to cater whatever we want or the wish list in the budget. And that is why you can hear members pointing out that areas like roads have been underfunded. But Mr. Speaker, I want to say that because we have the information, although in this particular budget, the infrastructure, particularly the roads, have been underfunded, it is clear that the road maintenance levy fund has released 3 billion to the counties, and the Makueni is a beneficiary of around 146 million, which, of course, after this budget, we are going to sit with His Excellency the Governor and agree on how we are going to use the money. So I can say without any iota of doubt that we are going to have very good roads, because we have money that we are going to use to make them actually motorable. So, Speaker, something that I consider very, very important to me and to the people of Makueni is the 600 families that we are going to finance using the codenamed card that we have already codenamed it Motula Care. So, Speaker, we all know that our people have been struggling with healthcare issues, and I'm one of the few members who have been allocating something to make sure that whenever our people have some bills within the hospitals, we clear them and actually make their lives a little bit possible to operate. Mr. Speaker, the 600, when I looked at it in the budget, because it is going to carry 3 million in every ward. So, Speaker, I found that 600 families in a ward is literally almost everybody who cannot pay within that particular ward. So, Mr. Speaker, this will be a game changer in Makueni. The many petitions, the many questions that have been surrounding our budget on healthcare issues, Mr. Speaker, will be solved once and for all. And the people of Makueni will now have something to smile about, because 600 families, as I've said, is literally almost everybody within that particular ward who cannot pay. So, Speaker, also of importance is that within this financial year, for Nzawiki Kalamba ward, because I have to speak about my ward, we have 36 projects which will be financed by the 39 million that we have been given for every ward in this budget. And Mr. Speaker, I can assure that once this budget is passed, my people of Zawiki Kalamba ward will have a lot of things that they are proposed and which we have already budgeted, and which I'm sure, Mr. Speaker, we're going to pass in this budget. So, Mr. Speaker, without wasting a lot of time, I'll just say that and request all the members that we pass this budget, because tomorrow we may not be sure of what is going to happen. We know there are going to be some disruptions here and there, and we need to move with speed to make sure that the people of Makueni have a well-balanced budget, which I know and which I'm sure His Excellency the Governor is going to implement, because we consulted extensively with him when we were making the budget, and I'm 100% sure that he will be willing to implement this budget together with the county executive staff to make sure that the people of Makueni benefit. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Leader. What is it, member for Zabani Vingonwood? You had your moment to contribute.
Mr. Speaker, I had my moment to contribute, and Mr. Speaker, I imagined you were just about to call the move of the motion, and I had some information that, Mr. Speaker, I would have thought the House can benefit from.
What is your information?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, one is on the motion that will be coming in the afternoon that the Chairperson Committee on Public Accounts has alluded to, that the Sand Authority ought to be given an autonomy. Mr. Speaker, alluding to the fact that at the end of the day, it will not be contributing, Mr. Speaker, to the revenue of the county. Mr. Speaker, I would have wished the Chair Committee on Budget, while making his notes, to clarify that every other agency created by this House, Mr. Speaker, still reports to the head of Treasury, that they make money and all that money has to be declared at the revenue account, Mr. Speaker. So when the Sand Authority makes money, it will still contribute to the revenue of this country. Number two, Mr. Speaker, is on Mutula Care card, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I think members have noted, and everyone has noted except our people out there, that the major gain of this budget, Mr. Speaker, is the Mutula Care program that is going to be run. And therefore, Mr. Speaker, I hope that the message that goes out today is that those families that are vulnerable, wale wamefinywa kabisa, Mr. Speaker, by these medical bills, once the program is run, they should be the first one to be registered. However, Mr. Speaker, from where you sit, two things, Mr. Speaker, I will ask you. One is on what the Chair Committee on Budget said, that the policies and the documentation that are need to be there for the program to run, we ought to have a timeline so that the executive works on them, so that we will have seamless implementation of that program. And secondly, Mr. Speaker, the revenues that are coming, that will be coming from that program. Mr. Speaker, remember, once a patient is treated, a claim will be made to SHA, and it's a lot of money, Mr. Speaker, so that we can have a proper audit system of how the money is flowing in, where it is reported, and how the county can benefit. Because I was looking at that department making 1 billion alone, and therefore meaning that even the 1.5 billion would not have been a challenge if the program is well run. And Mr. Speaker, going to phase 2, maybe in January, after supplementary, Mr. Speaker, if we are registering 600, in supplementary 2, having received the claims, we can register 3 times what we will have registered, and that translates to a lot of income. Therefore, Mr. Speaker, I thought I should make that come through, so even Muso, the member for Kilili Kalamba, that is Mutuku, Mr. Speaker, can work with me, because I know, and we talked with him, that we are going to compete with him, who is going to be the #1 ward register of those patients. The rest of the wards will follow us. Thank you.
Leader of the Minority Party.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for this opportunity. I rise to support this motion. Mine is to support this budget as it is, without condition. And the issues which I had observed, most of them have been talked about, like the on-source revenue. Yes, we have an ambitious target of 1.5 billion. But what I would like to say is that as we target to achieve 1.5 billion, let us not squeeze our business people. Let us look for ways of generating revenue to achieve this, and we lessen the burden to our business people. Also, on the issue of the development budget in the county assembly, I would like to say this, the project which has been in the assembly, the more we delay the project, the more it is going to be condemned structurally. And it is my opinion that we pass this budget as it is, then before the project proceeds, we get to know what this money is supposed to do. We get to understand what are the implementation part of the project is going to be done with this money. Then, as an assembly, we do our role of oversight. We oversight the project and ensure what was supposed to be achieved has been achieved. The other issue is on the implementation of the budget. Once we pass this budget, we would like a quick implementation. Let us not wait until next year. That is when we will start implementing the budget. Let it start immediately and let our people get services of this budget. Otherwise, thank you to the Committee on Budget for the good work they have done. Thank you.
Leader of the majority party.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I stand to support the motion. Honorable Speaker, before I support, I want to welcome the pupils and teachers of both schools, and for the pupils from Kilili, Kwakalui Primary School. I think you got the best MCA so far. I've been in this assembly, and so far we know this MCA is the best. In quotes, Kabamuso. I also want to I also want to tell the people of Ngumo, the students, that when you go home, please tell them that your MCA is working very hard. We know where he is today, and we know his heart is with the people of Ngumo to have development. So we welcome you, and we want you to work hard and become great men of this country. Honorable Speaker, much has been said about this budget, and Honorable Speaker, I want to thank the members for the analytical debate which has happened just here. I think the members are well informed. They have gone through the budget very well. They know the contents. They know everything to do with the budget. And Honorable Speaker, I want also to thank God for bringing Makueni this far. Honorable Speaker, the first governor of Makueni introduced public participation as a way of making budgets. Honorable Speaker, the second governor of Makueni, His Excellency Mutula Kilonzo Jr., picked from there and supported the public participation concept, starting from the villages up to the ward levels and even up to the county. And Honorable Speaker, I think Makueni has achieved. What we have is nothing near to what others are dreaming of. Because, Honorable Speaker, if you go to Machakos, they make program-based budgets. They never think of project-based budgets like we do. Honorable Speaker, if you go to any mother at my village, that mother will tell you we have a project called this, and it has this amount of money, Honorable Speaker. I think this is the best Makueni has achieved, and I think our governor should just receive our regards, because he has supported devolution to the fullest, Honorable Speaker. I think if we could probably get a rogue or a bad governor, you'll probably do away with this ward fund, because it's nowhere in the Constitution, Honorable Speaker. If we get a bad governor, somebody who doesn't care about the people of Makueni, it's very easy to scrap the ward fund. But Honorable Speaker, we are talking of 39 million Kenya shillings going to every ward, Honorable Speaker. This is plausible. It's something which can only come from a God-fearing governor. So, Honorable Speaker, I think much has been. The budget is well balanced. The people of Makueni are going to reap big from this budget. Honorable Speaker, and as members, most of the members have put it, our only problem is when we pass the budget in June. We appropriate the budget is active from 1st July, and then some people drag their feet in implementing that budget. Honorable Speaker. Until we get to supplementary 2, which is done around May, and some projects have not been procured, Honorable Speaker. I think this is injustice, because as an assembly, we have done our duty. This was our duty, to go through the budget, to make a good balanced budget for the county, and we have done our job. And I think, Honorable Speaker, I'm encouraging the members that today we finish with the appropriation bill, so that tomorrow we can go for maandamano in support of our agencies. So, Honorable Speaker, I'm encouraging that all of us come here today, because the appropriation bill should be in the order paper of this afternoon. Honorable Speaker, I think it's encouraging to see members committed to do this. So, Honorable Speaker, after all this commitment to pass this budget, then there comes the month of June, the month of July, the month of August, the month of September, up to December. People are just seated in their offices. Then they start procuring, they start scoping for the projects and procuring for the projects around April. What do you expect? Of course, that project cannot be done within that period. So we want the executive, the ECMs, to take note of this. We will not entertain, and we are the oversighting body, we will not entertain laziness from those departments. If it's scoping, it should be done by July. By end of July, discussions about scoping on projects should be over. By September, we should be talking of procurement, full circle, because we want these projects done as urgently as possible. The reason why the people went for public participation is because they wanted these projects done. And we want them done as urgently as possible so that they may benefit our people. So, Honorable Speaker, as I conclude, I want to thank the members once more for the commitment they have shown during this budget-making process. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
What is it, a member for Kadonzweni? I think time is up.
Very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, allow me to support this motion.
There's your support. You are the chairperson finance. I'm only giving an opportunity because there's an issue raised by a leader of the majority as to how safe the county ward allocation program is protected under the law. You may need to answer that as a chairperson, Committee on Finance.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, before I proceed, I want to acknowledge and appreciate the pupils, students from Kawala. Is it Kawala? Kwakalu. You know, Mr. Speaker, my ancestors, my grandfather, migrated from that area. So I know many people, and many times I go to Nzaui, I go to that place, my uncles, my aunts are there. Mr. Speaker, before I make some contribution on what the Honorable Leader of Majority has mentioned. Mr. Speaker, when you look at this budget, the biggest winner are the people of Makueni. And Mr. Speaker, we thank God for having Governor Mutula Kilonzo Jr. as our governor for Makueni County. It's a blessing to the people of Makueni, as well the same way I'm a blessing to the people of Kadonzweni. Mr. Speaker, when you look at the budget, I've seen they have put money for primary health promoters. We have had statements in this house whereby I'm the one who requested statement lately, and you remember how we were pushing the executive to put money for paying the CHVs, because these are the primary people at our locals who give primary health care to our people. So, Mr. Speaker, I want to thank the government for putting money for that purpose, and I'm sure that our CHVs will not be delayed anymore. Mr. Speaker, finally, Mr. Speaker, we don't want to see rushed procurement, rushed site handovers, rushed inspections. Let the implementation the recurrent versus the development go hand in hand, Mr. Speaker. We don't want, like now, there are so many projects that have not been rolled, and the financial year is ending 30th June. So, Mr. Speaker, it is good that the executive, they make sure that the implementation, the absorption rate is done quarterly, 25% every quarter, so that as we reach the last quarter, all the implementation is done in the right manner. Mr. Speaker, the majority leader has raised a very valid concern on the public participation and how safe are we as far as the ward development kit is concerned. Mr. Speaker, the House is aware that we have a bill on the table and a bill that we are discussing. Mr. Speaker, this is a very important bill, and we want to thank our predecessors, especially Governor Kivuda Kibwana, who initiated the ward development kitty, the kitty that has helped the people of Makueni. And we also want to thank His Excellency Governor Mutula Kilonzo Jr. because he did not abolish the kitty. What we want to do as a house, as the representative of the people, it is to make sure it is anchored in the law that whenever any other person will come, will not change what the people started. So, Mr. Speaker, we have that bill that is proposing good development for the people of Makueni, that is also going to giving us guidelines on how we are going to have the ward kitty anchored in the law. It is supported by when you read the Constitution of Kenya, Article 176, subsection 2, it is clearly talking about decentralizing further the services, the projects to the ward level. And therefore, Mr. Speaker, we will have time to talk to the members. We will have time to review together, and I know when that time comes, members will support this bill so that at the time when we leave this house, we will be remembered that we did something that will not be changed by anyone who will come later. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I fully support this motion.
Mover of the motion, Chairperson, Budgets and Appropriation Committee.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I first thank the members who have supported this motion. I think all of them they have supported, but I wanted to just make one clarification on development because Honorable Kimongo mentioned about the public participation tool was somehow guided on soft programs rather than roads. Honorable Kimongo, when you go to the departments on development, especially when it comes to infrastructure, you'll find that ward kitty, most of the members measured on roads, or they measured on water and education. So you will get a template there whereby in the ward, water was 275 million. From headquarters, also the water project is 172 million. The total amount is 477 million for that budget. And also infrastructure, which you mentioned, members did not factor. From ward, we have 252 million. From headquarters, we have 268 million, amounting to 521 million, which is more than half a billion. So most of those departments you have mentioned, they have been catered for in this budget. Honorable Speaker, I wanted to mention something about the 58, which has been mentioned
under the Public Finance and Management Act. Not to mention, you must protect the program and support it. That is the program on the universal healthcare. The allocation of the resources in every ward, as it was agreed between Assembly and the County Executive, a policy framework must be provided within the next 60 days and approved. 3, that are aware that this County Assembly is approving budget for the next financial year, that oversight to be undertaken on all ongoing projects in the following manners. 1, County Assembly, you invoke provisions of standing orders under statement, committee inquiries, and any other on any program under County Executive and the County Assembly that needs to. Honorable members, take note that effective from 1st of July, when we approve this budget, the Assembly will be on session and therefore we all have period to execute oversight on all programs and projects that are ongoing for the last financial year. Reports to be submitted to this House for consideration and recommendation approved forthwith. Honorable members, time being 12:00 hours, House stands adjourned until today, Tuesday, 24th of June 2025 at 14:30 hours.
Wamusuwe.